It all began in the early 2000s. After making the leap to the pros, the journey took off in Cleveland, working under Eric Mangini for 2 seasons. Then came a major step, joining the Dallas Cowboys. That was the start of something deeper. With Jason Garrett at the helm and Rob Ryan leading the defense, those early years in Dallas were about learning the grind. Then came a crucial stretch under Rod Marinelli. 5 years that built toughness, discipline, and a relentless mindset. Next came a promotion, defensive coordinator for the Colts. Then 3 years as the head coach of the Chicago Bears. And now, the circle completes itself. He's back in Dallas. A call from Jerry Jones and Brian Schottenheimer opened the door, and he walked right through it. This wasn't just a return. This was coming home. His daughters were raised here. His roots were planted in Cowboys soil. This wasn't business. This was personal. Now it's about one thing: elite football, high-level coaching, getting the best out of players and building something that lasts. At the heart of this revival is a laser focus on player development and coaching identity. And what better way to see that in action than by stepping inside the Cowboys coaching clinic? What we're about to dive into is a rare, inside look at how this staff teaches, evaluates, and pushes players to greatness. This isn't theory. This is real football philosophy in action. Let's get into it. Live from the Star in Frisco, the Cowboys coaching staff is laying it all out. Scheme, philosophy, execution, and front and center is Ken Dorsey, the Cowboys' new pass game specialist. No fluff, no warm-up, straight to the core of the game. The first question we always have to answer, Dorsey begins, is simple. How do we protect the quarterback? Because if you can't protect your quarterback, the rest doesn't matter. Pass protection isn't just a piece of the puzzle. It's the foundation. Every game plan starts there. And that means mixing it up. Dropbacks, play action, bootlegs, naked keepers, pocket movement. Not too much to overwhelm your offense, but enough to force the defense to guess, hesitate, and adjust. That balance is everything. According to Dorsey, the real challenge is figuring out what your team can handle and what the defense can't. Your strategy needs to be sharp, but your players need to execute. That tension is where great coaching lives. Let's talk pressure. Because in today's NFL, if you don't have answers for it, you're not going anywhere. According to Ken Dorsey, it starts with one key question. What are our pressure answers? That's the chess match every offense faces. Can we block it up, or do we need to go hot? Is the protection scheme sound? Are we putting the quarterback in a position to win? This isn't just about drawing X's and O's on a whiteboard. It's about teaching quarterbacks to recognize danger before the snap. If you're in 6-man protection and the defense brings more than you can block, then the quarterback better know who's coming and where the ball needs to go. In a concept like 4 verts, where receivers stretch the field vertically, there's no room for hesitation. The QB must diagnose the threat, identify the hot read, and fire. Because hesitation gets you hit, and hits take games away. That's what Dorsey emphasizes. Clear responsibilities, fast answers, total awareness. It's high-level football, but it's also the foundation for winning. And this is why sessions like these matter. Coaching clinics give us a rare glimpse behind the curtain, a chance to see if what coaches preach in public actually lines up with what they teach behind closed doors. It's about holding the process accountable. Are they demanding the same excellence from themselves that they expect from their players? These aren't just lectures. These are blueprints for building a championship team. Next up, Conor Riley, the man tasked with molding the Cowboys' offensive line into a wall of steel. And right away, you can feel the difference. Riley's tone is firm. His approach is exact. There's no fluff, no wasted words, just football. It starts with the basics: stance, posture, footwork. Every block begins before the snap. Are your feet tight? Are you balanced or leaning on your toes? Eyes under the chin, elbows in tight. These details matter. They tell you if a lineman's hands are inside, if he's ready to win the rep or already behind. He points to number 69 and number 77, demonstrating the good, the bad, and what needs work. One guy has decent posture but loose feet. Another has tight elbows, which is a good indicator of inside hand position, but his pad level could be lower. And then they move to the Crowther sled, that old school drill that separates technicians from pretenders. Riley's focus? Same fundamentals. Low hips, second level targeting, hand placement, eyes locked in. He calls it out in real time. 79's got to get his butt down. That's not a critique. It's coaching. It's correction with clarity. Then he gets to the heart of the standard. Assignment perfect. Fundamentally great, finish the play. Because at the end of the day, success starts in the trenches. You don't win games unless you own the line of scrimmage. Riley's message is clear. It's sharp. It's commanding. Compared to Dorsey's looser, conversational tone, Riley is all business. Not that Dorsey lacks knowledge, but Riley delivers his points like a general briefing his troops. The energy is different. The urgency is real. And this is exactly what Cowboys fans want to see from the men tasked with protecting the franchise. Let me just say this straight. If you're sitting in a room with Conor Riley, you're locked in. No distractions, no second thoughts. You're listening. Because that man doesn't just talk football, he breathes it. Riley doesn't waste a single second. His attention to detail, next level. He breaks down the smallest technical issues, and from the way he talks, you know instantly, this guy is a true master of his craft. He doesn't teach surface-level football. He digs into the core, the leverage, the body positioning, the balance, the discipline. That's the kind of coaching that turns a good offensive line into a dominant one. And just from hearing him speak, you feel it in your gut. Our offensive line is in good hands. That unit is going to play smarter, tougher, and more refined this season. You can hear the impact before you even see the results. It's refreshing. It's energizing. It's exactly what this team needs in the trenches. And now let's talk about the heartbeat of football that often gets overlooked: special teams. Nick Sorensen isn't just coaching a third phase of the game. He's coaching a battleground where hidden heroes are made. He reminds us why special teams matter and how every single rep, every snap, every collision has consequences. Sorensen doesn't let his players gloss over their roles. He demands respect for the craft, and he backs that up with how he trains, how he teaches, and how he celebrates effort. He wants everyone in the room to understand. Special teams isn't an afterthought. It's a proving ground. Take field goals, for example. That line of blockers, they're the difference between 3 points and a disaster. Most fans don't think about them, but Sorensen does. And he's making sure his players do too. Whether it's backup snappers needing extra reps, defensive ends shifting into kick coverage, or skill players forming the core of the special teams unit, everyone has a role. And that role can make or break a game. And here's the key. He coaches everyone, starters included, because the moment you think a guy won't be needed, the game will find a way to prove you wrong. Then Sorensen drops a truth bomb. Remember when that guy made a clutch catch and someone said, "He's just a special teams guy"? He shuts that down immediately. These aren't just special teams players. These are football players, plain and simple. What makes special teams beautiful, in Sorensen's words, is that it's football in its purest form. Open space, one-on-one matchups, physical will versus physical will. And the way he coaches it, he equips his players with every tool they need, then sets them loose to win their battles their way. That's respect. That's empowerment. And that's the kind of mindset that turns role players into game changers. Hearing from these coaches, Dorsey, Riley, Sorensen, you get a real sense of what this team is building. Ken Dorsey is focused on protection, anticipation, and quarterback awareness. Conor Riley is hammering down fundamentals in the trenches with military precision. Nick Sorensen is shaping the mindset of warriors on the third phase of the field. Each one brings a different energy, a different philosophy, but together, they're part of something powerful, something deliberate, something that could make the difference in close games and playoff pushes. This coaching staff is shaping the identity of the Dallas Cowboys. And if what we're seeing in these clinics carries over to Sundays, when it comes to special teams, you're not just coaching a unit, you're rallying a pack of wild dogs into a coordinated sprint toward chaos. And the best special teams coaches, they're the kind of guys who make players want to run through a brick wall. That's what defines leadership in that third phase. You're asking players to launch themselves headfirst into what is essentially a high-speed car wreck, play after play. It takes a specific kind of personality to make that sound like a good idea. And that's exactly the vibe coming from the Cowboys' new special teams coordinator. He's got that rare combination, a motivator who also gets the technical side. His communication style grabs you. His message sticks. And when you listen closely, you also hear a technician at work, someone who's not just hyping guys up, he's preparing them, giving them tools, coaching the minute details. He's got the fire, but he's also got the formula. And here's the really fascinating part. Across all three coaches we've seen, from offense to special teams, their styles mirror the demands of the position groups they coach. Special teams, you need your coach to be a little bit crazy, in the best way. That chaotic energy, it spreads, it motivates, it sets the tone for the most physically reckless, team-oriented part of the game. Offensive line, you want someone who brings order, grit, and control. Conor Riley isn't just serious, he commands respect. His presence alone instills that trench mentality. Toughness, focus, detail. Quarterback room, it's a different world. You don't need volume, you need precision. And that's the kind of role where someone like Ken Dorsey makes sense. He may not have the strongest public speaking style, but he operates like a technician in a lab, focused on the mechanics, footwork, and pressure reads. It's like he's part of a pit crew, making micro adjustments to a high-performance machine. Each coach, in their own way, reflects what their players need. And if you're looking for early signs of what this staff will bring to the table, this coaching clinic laid it all bare. The personalities fit the roles. The energy is in alignment. And more importantly, the expectations are being set from the ground up. There's a new tone being set behind the scenes. And the fans? We're starting to feel it. This wasn't just some off-season formality. This was an inside look at how a team is built from the locker room out. Real football talk, real expectations, and real insight into the coaching minds shaping this Dallas Cowboys roster. You want nastiness in the trenches? You've got it. You want players to sacrifice their bodies on special teams? It's being coached. You want quarterbacks who see the field with clarity and protect the football? That message is being delivered. It's only June, but this is the kind of stuff that wins games in December. And for now, that's the takeaway. The coaching clinic gave us a glimpse into the soul of this team. And if these coaches deliver on what they're preaching, the Cowboys won't just be ready, they'll be different.